Hey, Liliana.
Yes?
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Guess who said that? Guess who said that?
Xena!
Yes.
Yeah. And,
The warrior princess.
And here she comes, Miss Amphipolis.
Yes. Which is the next episode we're going to be covering on our podcast whenever we start our podcast.
We've started.
We're rolling! Hi, Xenites! How the frilly heck are you? They're good. You hear it? They're good.
Yeah, okay.
Sweet.
Alrighty.
So, we're going to talk to you guys about Here She Comes Miss Amphipolis.
Uh-huh.
And Liliana's got an original air date for us.
January 20th, 1997.
Very good. Very good. Yes.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you.
No prob, Bob. This episode dealt with so much stuff.
Uh-huh.
It dealt with everything from, the whole slave and master deal. It dealt with, mixing business with pleasure. It dealt with transvestites. It dealt with a little bit of subtext.
Yeah.
And a giant hard-on. Which Liliana pointed out to me. I missed it. And this episode is also dealing with something else.
What?
It's the very last episode to feature Robert Trebor as Salmonius. Robert Trebor can be seen in the episode Deja Vu All Over Again.
Uh-huh.
But he is not portraying the character of Salmonius.
I thought he was in more episodes.
Nope. No more. Poof.
Huh.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
He is, however, still in the Hercules episodes.
Yeah.
That air after this one.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still recurring there. But Xena has no more use for him. Yeah. So, that gave me a happy.
Oh, come on. You like Salmonius.
I cannot stand Salmonius. He gets on my nerves. I feel the same way about him as I do about Joxer.
Your two favorite characters.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think they really are. You
No.
just don't want to admit it.
If we were playing the marry, screw, or kill game, and it was Salmonius, Joxer, and Najara, I would kill Joxer and Salmonius and screw Najara.
Okay.
Maybe.
No, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't. I'd kill all three of them.
Uh-huh.
And now you guys have a little insight into my life and what goes through my head on a daily.
My goodness.
I'm glad we don't play that game.
Okay.
Anyway. But yeah, not a Salmonius fan. Liliana likes Salmonius. She finds him to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
I find him to be irritating.
Mm-hmm.
Not Robert Trebor,
No.
I mean, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
He was in Hercules and the Lost Kingdom. Alongside Renee O'Connor as well. So. That's a flash.
I haven't seen those in, forever.
I know. We keep saying we're going to watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
we'll eventually get to it.
we'll get to it.
Maybe.
Yeah. So.
We still owe you guys a podcast about the animated Xena and Hercules movie.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a thing. It will.
Okay.
This episode also was nominated for the GLAAD Media Award in 1998 for Outstanding TV in the Individual Episode category, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really high honor. It's like, dude.
So.
Yes?
They're on the beach.
And we have our first oopsie.
How did they get on the beach?
They walked there?
Because it looks like they're just, coming out.
Where is Argo?
I don't know.
Is Argo still recuperating from the whole thing with Callisto?
Might be. Maybe Joxer's taking care of her.
Could be, because Joxer's not there, huh?
No. I don't know.
I don't either. Yo no sabe.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But, yeah, they're
It bothers me, though. It's like, well, where did Argo go?
She's out and about.
Yeah, but they're on the beach. We've got our first oopsie. And Gabrielle's got clams. Not crabs. Clams. Gabrielle has clams.
She got very happy over her clams.
Yes, she did. But as we're panning the shot around and she drops to dig for clams, we see... What do we see, Liliana? What's our oopsie?
Well, that's before she drops down for the clams.
Yeah, but like a split second.
It's when they're... Well, I mean, it's like right in the beginning when they're walking along the beach, where I was just like, well, where's the ship that they got off of, or the boat?
Yeah.
Well, like, where did they come from?
I'm all looking for Argo, and Liliana's looking for a boat.
Because it looks like they're on an island or something.
Caesar was borrowing the boat.
Oh, probably.
It was his turn with the boat that week.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't... Did they just come out of the water, or what? But anyway.
Oh my god.
What?
What if they sailed on the Black Pearl? Or the Dutchman?
Probably.
Because the Dutchman swims underwater. Mm-hmm. And then he comes up.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Davy Jones gave him a ride?
He could have.
Okay.
Stranger things have happened.
Right?
Yeah.
So, oopsie. As they're walking along the beach.
Yes.
Look off into the distance,
yes.
And you will see the...
Praise Hestia!
No.
I'm sorry. Praise Calliope?
No.
Okay. What do you see?
Praise the god... the guard tower thing. The lifeguard tower.
The lifeguard stand.
Yes.
Is in the background. You'll
That
see
thing.
it. Nice and bright and shiny.
Yeah. It's like off in the distance there.
Yeah. They try to blur it out, but you can see what it is.
Mm-hmm. It's in other episodes, too.
Yeah. We'll point it out.
But yes, there it is.
Like, ding, 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 ding.
So they're walking along the beach. They stumble upon...
Clams.
Some tracks.
With clams.
Yes. There are tracks.
And the clams are in the tracks.
Yes.
And Gabrielle's excited about the clams.
She's excited about the clams. And Xena's just,
focused on... War wagons made these tracks.
The tracks. Yeah. Those are freaking huge clams. Jeez.
Those are the ones that, Ariel probably used in The Little Mermaid to make her bra out of.
Probably.
Except they're white. She had to spray paint them purple.
Okay.
But it had to be non-toxic waterproof spray paint so that it didn't damage the oceans.
Okay.
And the color didn't fade.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Okay. If you say so.
Yeah.
All right. Now you know.
You heard it here first, folks. Alright, so she's all, ooh, war wagons, big scary. Mm-hmm. And then Gabrielle's like, war wagons, but this beach is so peaceful. Mm-hmm. And then Xena proceeds to tell her that, about a year ago, there was an extremely bloody battle on this beach. And the sand was stained red because there was so much blood.
Yeah. But there's been peace since then.
Yes.
And now we have war wagon
tracks. Mm-hmm. And then we have screaming girls.
Screaming girls with these two... Was it two? It was two. Yeah. Two bad guys, chasing them.
After them.
And then they get taken out by clams. Because Xena just starts launching them at them.
Gabrielle's just grinning as she's handing her a clam.
They had a lot of clams right there.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Gabrielle's like, I know what I'm having for dinner tonight. Mm-hmm. I wonder if she ate that for dinner that night.
I don't know.
I kind of doubt it because, the course of the episode.
I don't know. She could have.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? But anyway.
Maybe.
Yep. So, bad guys take off running and enter Salmonius.
Xena! He's all trying to make nice with Miss Parnassus. Because he's like...
Well, their costumes got all screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
Dirtied and ripped and...
They're all, wait till my sponsor hears about this. And he's all like, well, you make sure you tell him who saved you. He didn't save him.
No.
And then he's all, Xena! Mm-hmm. And he tells Xena, they're having a beauty pageant. And then Gabrielle makes the comment, beauty contest, you know,
Uh-huh.
beauty pageant. Actually, Xena is the first one to make a contest, or a comment. Beauty contest.
You sent for us to come see some, like, underdressed, overdeveloped bimbos in the beauty contest. Yeah.
Now, it's funny that she says that, because in real life, Lucy Lawless is a former beauty queen.
Yes.
When she was married to Garth Lawless, she won one of the pageants in New Zealand, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it New Zealand?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so.
I couldn't remember where exactly. I couldn't remember if it was New Zealand or Australia. It was one of them, though.
Oh, yeah. It was one of them.
More than likely it was New Zealand. Because, you know, from there.
I think so. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think that's what it is.
She just went across the ditch and...
Yeah.
and ran for Miss Australia. Who knows?
Probably. I don't know.
So, it's funny to me that she calls them bimbos. Because it's like, Lucy Lawless is anything but a bimbo. She's an extremely intelligent woman.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Yeah.
And then Gabrielle's like, you know, this is just another way for the men to make an excuse to degrade women, and Salmonius makes a very sexist comment. Right there. He's like, since when did we need an excuse to degrade women? Yeah. Or since when do we need an excuse?
Oh.
And Salmonius goes on to tell him that it's more like combat than a contest. Mm-hmm. And Xena tells him, you know, hell, what makes it urgent?
Right.
And Salmonius is going back and talking about the same battle a year ago.
Right.
He's like, well, all the leaders that wrote that peace treaty a year ago, and Xena's like listing them off. You know, you got a doge and a regent and a palatine.
Right.
And
they've apparently all entered their girlfriends into the contest.
Girlfriends, slaves.
Right.
Because only one of them had an actual girlfriend in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, like, from a history standpoint.
Uh-huh.
Because it's not really an oopsie. I mean, I guess you could call it an oopsie, but maybe not. It's more like a nitpick. The words that they use, like the doge and the palatine, or palatine, and the regent, which Ephany is also a regent in Amazons, but those are all, those were all titles that were used after the Roman Empire was established. Like, after Caesar had already conquered everything. So, those terms wouldn't have necessarily been in use at this point in time. So, it almost makes me wonder if Greece was developed enough that they were already very leniently using those terms. But what's like even more odd to me is, like, the title Gabrielle uses. Marquesa.
Marquesa, there you go.
Is actually not used until post-Middle Ages in Europe.
Okay.
So none of those are historically accurate. But anyway, that's just my nitpick, you know.
Okay.
It's just as a nerd. It's what I do.
And
I can tell when, like, Liliana's fallen asleep on what I'm saying. If it's like a history thing. She's like,
I'm
okay.
falling asleep.
She's like, okay.
I'm here.
Yeah. She's all, shut up!
Uh-huh.
Yes. So, he's... he says that they're all competing. And he sent urgent word because the second that one of the contestants loses, they're all going to start blaming the other. Mm-hmm. And then it's going to be a giant bloodbath.
Right.
Because they're all going to start killing each other.
Yeah.
But
Well, there's been like things happening during the contest.
Yeah.
Right? Like the girls are getting
their costumes are being
like sabotaged, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Props are being ripped up and
So someone's trying to start a war.
Yeah.
Is what's happening.
Right.
So
and they're all pointing fingers at the other, and Salmonius is just waiting on it to blow up.
Yeah, so now Xena realizes, okay, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
And then she's all like, well,
Meet
Miss Amphipolis. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what she says.
She did. She
I know.
said, meet Miss Amphipolis.
She says she's right. But war makes everyone a victim, so meet Miss Amphipolis.
Yep.
You know the wig that they used for her? They chose that wig because it was one of the ones that most closely resembled Lucy Lawless's original hair color. Mm-hmm. But it was definitely a wig.
Yeah.
Because her hair was kept dyed
right.
throughout the duration of Xena.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's why they picked it. Because she could have a little bit of Lucy with the wig. So, that made me laugh. I done.
Okay. So now we're in the castle, yes?
Yes.
In the castle, Xena's got this cloak type deal on to, conceal her identity, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And Salmonius is going over kind of the rules with her. He's like, you remember, you're Miss Amphipolis. And he tells Gabrielle, you're her sponsor, the Marquesa. Mm-hmm. And
Gabrielle's like, what? I'm the what?
Well, and two, somebody pointed out in one of the subtext deals that in this episode you got, like, the Doge and the Palatine and all that stuff. And a sponsor for any type of pageant that went on was typically somebody that was in some sort of sexual relationship with whomever they were sponsoring as the contestant. Mm-hmm. That was like their form of payment from that person. Okay. So it's assumed, like, rampantly, really, on some of the subtext forums, that was why Salmonius lumped Gabrielle as Xena's sponsor. Okay. Was because it was his way of acknowledging their relationship. Mm-hmm. And not leaving Gabrielle out.
Yeah.
So, there's you. One little tidbit of subtext.
Okay.
I got all kinds for this one. So bring it on, baby!
Okay.
Okay.
Got a little excited there. You got excited about the subtext.
I did. It's because I was so proud of myself because I found a lot. Okay.
So Salmonius is explaining the competition.
Yes.
Right? That there's 3 stages or
3
something? Events.
If she misses any, she's out.
Right. And then Xena and Miss Artifice.
Yes.
Kind of eyeball each other.
Yeah. Xena's like really looking hard because she knows something's off.
Yeah.
And I want to throw out, we all obviously know what's up with Miss Artifice.
Yeah.
So, being as versed in a dead language as one can be.
Okay.
The word artifice in Latin means artificial.
Okay.
Means the same in Greek.
Uh-huh.
But the Greek spelling is with a YS versus a US. US is the Roman, the Latin. So it's like, boom, neon sign right off the bat to anybody that's Greek.
Yeah.
That Miss Artifice isn't really a miss. Mm-hmm. But so then it poses the question, well, exactly what is Miss Artifice? Uh-huh. Because if you look, she's got the boobs. And the boobs are surgically attached. Uh-huh. They're not, like, a piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not a suit. So and there was no constructive surgery done at this point in time. So, someone actually brought a really good point up with Miss Artifice. Instead of being a transvestite or a transgendered woman, Miss Artifice could have actually been a hermaphrodite.
Yeah.
Because as much as the show's based around myths, hermaphrodites were demigod children of Hermes and Aphrodite. So, and they're like, well, as tall and as good bone structure as they had and everything else, they could be a hermaphrodite because they did develop, like, the breast tissue and who knows what they got going on down below. But, I mean, so I was like, huh, it's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. And they don't have constructive surgery yet. Because, I mean, did you see Dagnan's face?
Yeah.
It was rough.
It was.
It was so rough.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
Artifice means artificial.
Okay.
Don't know what it is, even though Gabrielle at the end does, like, make some digs about, drag and everything else, but...
What a drag.
What a drag. But, I mean, it made Miss Artifice happy.
Yeah.
Let her be, man.
So Din Salmonius takes Xena and Gabrielle to meet Miss Massini.
Yes.
Right? So she's in her room about to practice on her harp.
And Xena notices the harp's rigged.
Right. Xena being Xena notices shit like that. So as soon as she starts playing, arrow, comes shooting towards her. She takes it out with the chakram, tosses the chakram to Salmonius. And then, Miss Massini thinks that
you saved me.
You saved me. He's all like, yeah.
He just wanted the hug.
Uh-huh.
He did. And what about Gabrielle and that accent, man? What about that accent?
I don't know. What kind of accent is that? Do you
it
even
sounded
know?
like she was trying to be French.
Uh-huh.
Because, Marquesa is it's a French term.
Okay.
Actually, it might be, Marquis and Marquesa are both French.
Okay.
Marquesa is also an Italian term, too, but,
Mm-hmm.
But I think she was trying to sound French.
I
Just
don't
because
know.
of the way she was pronouncing her R's. And her THs.
I don't know.
The contestants.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it was like she was doing a really... She and Ted Raimi, neither one have the French accent down pat.
Yeah.
And it cracks me up that there are two people that pretend to be French in episodes that are back to back. So, Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay.
Does it make you laugh too? Laugh? Ha-ha?
Ha-ha.
Ha-ha?
Okay.
Ha-ha! No? Okay.
So,
What happens now, Liliana?
and then I believe she tells Salmonius to, find her a disguise.
Mm-hmm.
And then she sets off to get to know the other contestants.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, yeah.
No, she's going to get to know the sponsors, not the contestants.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, she is.
Gabrielle's the one that's going to go get to know the sponsors. Because, she's one of them.
But Xena tells them, you find me a disguise. Oh, yeah, while you get to know the other sponsors.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then she's going to get to know the contestants.
That's right.
So, yes.
Change that. Reverse it. New paragraph. The pageant matron scares me.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like she should have been the bad guy. She's like, she just scares me. And then you got Xena, who hasn't, gotten changed yet.
Uh-huh.
Not changed anyway.
Ducks behind the partition thing.
Yeah. That's what it's called in English.
I got it right?
Yes.
I was It's like guessing. Okay.
Yeah, it's a partition.
But
Divider screen.
there you go. But she comes out from behind that. I mean, she changed quick.
And the matron's like, there's no time for modesty.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But she's like in like shock.
Mm-hmm.
We're just like, why? What? She's in shock because Xena put the robe on backwards.
Inside out.
Yeah, inside out, not backwards.
Put it on inside out. I mean, but the lead up to it, didn't you feel like at the lead up to it, she recognized
Xena? Her. Yeah.
But yeah, she didn't. It was the robe.
Because she's all like, well, what's this? She's like, aren't you? Yes, I'm sure you are. And she's just like, what? You're wearing the robe inside out.
Shame on her.
And Xena's just like, oh. And then she's all like, why the gods waste beauty on girls like you? I'll never know. Yes.
Nothing.
Yeah, she's all, if I had half your looks, I'd rule the world.
But would she really?
She seems to think so, yes.
Okay.
Whether she would or not, I don't know.
Xena almost ruled the world.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But she didn't.
She did not. Yes.
She got crucified instead.
Yeah.
By Caesar.
Yep.
But that's not until the next episode.
No. So then we got the sponsors.
Yes.
Griping at each other, over their contestants. Contestants.
Yes.
So you got the Doge of Massini going on about how, his almost got killed by an arrow. And then, you got the Palatine going on.
Yeah.
About how his got assaulted on the beach.
Yes.
So.
And then you got Lord Claron.
Uh-huh.
Who's just a jerk-faced weasel.
'Cause nothing's happened to his contestant yet.
Right.
Miss Skiros? Is it?
No.
No?
His isn't. No, because it's the region of Skiros.
But anyway.
Yeah. But no, nothing's happened to his contestant.
Nothing's happened to his yet. And then, in comes the Marquesa.
Yes.
Yes? Enter Gabrielle.
It's a private bash, or can any sponsor join?
They're all like, you're a sponsor?
Because again, going back to what I said about the women didn't sponsor. Mm-hmm. Women had no place in society except to make babies and be seen and not heard and keep the house. And cook the food. Right?
Yeah.
And she tells them, in a nutshell, you guys are all fussing back and forth about what's happened to your contestants.
It's all
You're
about them.
You're not worried about the contestants. No. You're worried about yourselves.
Right, because it's all about them.
And then she's all, well, clear the runway because my contestant's going to wipe the floor with all of you.
And just who is your contestant? Mm-hmm. And then you cut to the baths.
Yes. Where we have another oopsie.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay. Well, the baths.
Yes.
Miss Parnassus.
Yes.
That's her name.
Yeah.
Right. So, they're all like, well, her name's Miss Amphipolis. And
Miss Skiros.
Yeah. Oh, and she's being sponsored by a woman.
They're gossiping.
They are.
They're gossiping about Xena and Gabrielle.
They are gossiping.
You wouldn't think a woman would put you through all this.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. Because again, they've got the. Wow, I didn't realize how deep that was when I read that originally.
What?
About the sponsor thing. Because when I'm researching subtext, I'll research it and cross-reference it and this, that, and the other with other things.
Yeah.
And, I'll usually see it and I'll just... That's my fingers popping.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. But, I'll see it and I'll research it when I've got X amount of people that have agreed on it.
Uh-huh.
Or if I think it's, way far out there and I want to throw it out there just for an opinion.
Yeah.
I'll put it in my notes. But that, again, goes back to, the whole relationship thing with the sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that till then. Because she's... Well, till, like, just now. Because when it was, like, you know... You wouldn't think that a woman would put...
Mm-hmm.
another woman through that.
Right.
Because it's kind of... Almost... If you listen to the way she says it... It's almost like her way of saying, you know... Doesn't really matter if you're with a dude or a chick. They're going to treat you the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Huh. I guess that kind of is subtext, huh?
Okay, yeah.
Is it?
I don't know.
Or at least reference to it. Maybe not necessarily between Xena and Gabrielle, but as far as what the people observing Xena and Gabrielle are seeing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there's very little interaction between Xena and Gabrielle in this episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's pretty much nearly every bit of subtext is because of outside parties looking in. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Juxer, what'd you jump for?
And
you just jumped and spun around like, oh.
Maybe he saw the Yakut.
Maybe.
But anyway. Then you have Miss Skiros, you know, making the comment. You know, all I can say is this Miss Amphipolis better not get in my way. She's the cranky one.
Yeah.
She's the one that's, you know, the bitchy one.
Yeah.
I guess.
She's hell-bent on winning. She doesn't care what it takes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Because, you know, she wants to get as far away from there as possible.
Mm-hmm. And then we got the oopsie.
What's the oopsie?
Tell him the oopsie.
I don't know. What's the oopsie?
Okay. I thought I pointed it out to you when we were watching. I must not have, though.
No.
I literally must have had that entire conversation in my head. Because now that I'm sitting here thinking, I don't remember saying it verbally.
Okay.
I talk to myself and Liliana answers. So when Xena takes the towel off...
Yeah.
She's supposed to, like, not have on any clothing.
Uh-huh.
Because they're in the steam room.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But if you look right down towards the boob area,
yeah,
she has a wrap on.
Okay.
She's not a nudie butt.
No.
She's all wrapped up.
Okay.
It's an oopsie because she's supposed to not have any clothing on. Much like Gabrielle in A Day in the Life.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But hey, I don't blame her. It's probably cold in there. You know, they didn't get hot water in any of the bath episodes until the very last season. That was the only time they got a warm bath.
They were happy about that.
They were so happy about that.
They were.
Yeah, they talk about that in the Friend in Need commentary.
Yeah.
That was the only... And they were like, the water wasn't even hot. It was like lukewarm. But they were just so happy that it wasn't freezing.
Right? So, they all start leaving.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Seems all like, geez, was it something I said? But, so they all start leaving, and then Xena goes to leave, and the door's locked. So she's stuck in the steam room, bathroom, whatever. Baths. And yeah.
She can't go nowhere.
How did she get out of there anyway? I never, like, really understood how she got out. Because we know she takes the towel off and opens, like, a little tiny vent.
Mm-hmm.
She's not gonna fit through that.
She's Xena. She's like a cat, just taller.
I don't even think Joxer would be able to fit through that.
Joxer can't fit through a lot of things. Joxer is chunky.
He likes to eat, and he just stole some of our food. Thank you, Joxer. We weren't gonna eat that at all.
He likes facials, too.
Help yourself.
He likes facials. I ordered a taco salad one time. And, just, like, literally went off to grab a fork because the restaurant didn't give me a fork. And I was coming home to eat alone because Liliana wasn't here. She was visiting her mom's with the kids. And I come back to the bedroom because I had some work that I needed to get done, and all my stuff was spread out on the bed. And he had gotten the lid off of my taco salad, and I come in and he's got guacamole and sour cream, like, split dead evenly on his face. And he looks up, just a, meow. Like, what? And then I had to wash his face, and he didn't like that. He enjoyed the salad.
Uh-huh.
I had like a joxer-sized hole in it. But, yeah. I didn't eat it. He liked what he had, though, I guess.
I bet.
Freaking cat.
He was
Our cats like avocados.
He was giving himself a facial. Yeah, he wanted to look pretty.
And he does. He's such a handsome boy. Anyway.
Anyways. Enough about the cats. Jeez.
I'm sorry.
So, yeah, I don't.
She opens. She gets out somewhere or another through the shaft.
I don't know how she got out, but anyway. So Gabrielle and Salmonius don't know where she's at.
No, and Gabrielle's anxiously waiting on her.
Uh-huh. So,
and they think that well, he's all like, she misses this part of the pageant. She's out.
She's out. Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep.
And Gabrielle's like, I know. The warlords know. You know, she's like, it's all about them. They'll do anything to win.
Uh-huh.
It cracks me up though, because Gabrielle, by the end of the episode, she's all geared up to win too.
Yeah.
You know, she's not just like like she even tells Xena about the singing thing for the talent, but
yeah,
because she does want to win.
Yeah, she does.
Cracks me up. But anyway.
Yep. So, we're on stage.
Yes. And we got Miss Artifice.
Miss Artifice.
And Gabrielle thumbs up Salmonius from the crowd.
Yeah, to, let him know, hey, found her.
Yeah.
And then, just in time, because she was the next, the last one.
Yeah.
The next contestant up.
It's like, give it up for Miss Amphipolis.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then she's, donning her blonde wig.
And her grin.
Her big
You got
grin.
this grin on. You hardly ever see Xena, do a teeth grin.
Uh-huh.
As she did on this episode.
And Salmonius just about falls over the podium. Mm-hmm. Just staring at her.
Yes. Because, again, he's a dude.
Uh-huh. And then we have this scene where someone is sneaking into Xena's room.
Yep.
We don't know who it is. They take her armor, her outfit.
Mm-hmm. Her sword and her chakram.
Yeah, her boots,
They take the whole
her
9
armbands.
yards.
Just everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we cut back to the runway. And Xena's going off.
Uh-huh.
And then Gabrielle goes to meet up with her.
Mm-hmm. And Salmonius is just like, Xena, is that really you? But
You're like, brilliant disguise.
All right.
And he tells her, you were almost disqualified.
Mm-hmm.
And Xena's like, which is exactly what somebody wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Gabrielle tells him, she was locked up in the steam room.
Yep.
And someone tried to saute you?
And then she just thinks that she knows who it is because of
She found an earring.
She found an earring. So she goes back to the bath, and then you see Miss Artifice, searching around for her earring because she's only wearing one.
Yep. And Xena's like, I want some straight answers.
Right. She goes to take off. Xena grabs her and pulls off the wig.
Yep.
And then, obviously it's revealed, hey! Not a chick. It's a dude.
Could be a chick.
Could be.
Could be both.
Yeah. So. And then, Miss Artifice, does say, hey, I was gonna come back and let you out. I just wanted to scare you.
Yeah.
Because he knew
that Xena
knew
the truth about him.
the truth, right?
Or
But
truth about her.
yeah,
Yeah.
Xena doesn't care.
No. And she ends up, straight up telling her, may the best person win.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't care if you're a chick or a dude or what, just may the best person win.
Right. So. Yeah.
And she makes fast friends with Miss Artifice.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
And then we cut to the, it's just Lord Claren and the Palatine, right? No, it's all of them.
It's all of them.
It's all of them. They're having a little meeting, but...
Yeah.
And, Gabrielle's in there with them, and they're fussing back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
About, there's no army, we'll call in some reserves, and use everything we've got. And
they're just bickering. Oh, well, if he calls his army in, I'm calling mine in, and it's like, oh, shut up.
Gabrielle's like, you know how your contestants feel under all this pressure?
Yeah. And they don't care. One of them was like, oh, who cares, as long as mine wins.
Yeah. Told mine I don't care if she wins, I just don't want her to lose.
Right.
And then they, ask Gabrielle, well, what'd you tell yours? And Gabrielle
I don't tell her anything.
We got more subtext.
Okay. Because she says,
I do not tell her anything.
We're a team.
I ask.
Yeah.
And then, after they, one of them's like, yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Doge, who's the one that's dating his contestant.
Right.
Like, they're in an actual relationship, not just, like, master servitude relationship. Mm-hmm. That's where we've got our subtext. Because he asked Gabrielle, he's like, that asking stuff, that works for you?
It works, yeah.
And Gabrielle's like, every time. And then she gives this look like, ah. So, you got a little nod to your subtextures there. And we got Gabrielle taking care of Xena, straightening her outfit out. And then she's like trying to pump Xena up.
Yeah.
Because she wants to win. I mean, she may be like, she's really quick to, tell these guys, that what they should be doing, but Gabrielle's gonna win, damn it.
Yeah. I mean, Xena's just like, well, we're not here to win. We're here to stop a war. And then Gabrielle was like, oh yeah, sure, but there's no harm in winning, right?
Right.
She wants to win.
It cracks me up because isn't this the part where Gabrielle starts quoting like the Xena deal? The power, the passion, the desire to win.
The desire to win. Yeah. Yeah.
That cracks me up.
Yeah.
They break the fourth wall so many times. Anyway.
So, we're back at the runway.
What's Salmonius?
They're practicing?
Yes.
Yeah. Bumping into each other and
falling over each other. Salmonius is singing A Woman's a Natural Thing. And that's not Robert Trebor singing. Fun fact.
In the episode
nope, it's not.
But on the soundtrack?
Nope.
It's... Really?
Really. It's not Robert Trebor. Even when he's lip-syncing, he lip-syncs very poorly. But it's the exact same backing track.
It sounds like him on the episode, though. But I know on the soundtrack,
it's Ted Raimi.
It's actually Ted Raimi that's singing it.
It's the same. It's still Ted on the episode. Because he's who's credited with the vocals for that song. Because I looked that up when you were like, that sounds like Joxer. Because it was funny, we were listening to it because we were actually going to try and use one of the songs for the intro on this one. And I'm just mumbling to myself. I'm like, that sounds like Ted Raimi. And then, like, Liliana, after we get to the end of the song, she's like, is that Joxer? That sounds like Joxer. And I'm like, I just said that like 2 seconds ago. And, but I looked it up, though. And he's credited both for the episode and for the soundtrack as vocals. And everybody's, like, the entire runway's just chaos, though.
Yeah.
Everybody's bumping into each other, and somebody's got wings on, and it's just a hot mess.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And then you have the Palatine, the Parnassus one.
Mm-hmm.
Who's trying to
familiar? Haven't we met before?
Who's trying to hit on Xena?
Yep. And she introduces herself. Mm-hmm. He tries to kiss her hand, and she grabs his neck. Mm-hmm. Keep your greasy lips off my arm. Apologize.
So he's all like, I'm sorry. No, don't apologize to me.
Apologize to her.
Well, and then you have Miss Parnassus.
Well, he threatens Xena, though. You know?
Okay.
Because he tells Xena, we're not done. Not by a long shot.
But was that really a threat?
It was a threat.
Okay.
Because he's a Palatine,
Uh-huh.
Powerful dude. He's meaning one of three things. He's either going to have her killed.
Uh-huh.
He's going to, have the crap beat out of her. Or he's going to rape her.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, it's a threat.
Okay.
And it's not, I don't think it's a hollow one. Because the way he's giving her the stink eye.
The stink eye?
The stink eye.
Okay.
And then we cut back to, are we getting back to Salmonius?
Yeah,
It's later in the evening.
We're back at the
runway
competition thing.
I feel like we never got off the stage.
I know. So you got each of the contestants coming up, and Salmonius is talking about each one of them.
Right.
And apparently Miss Amphipolis, works with local Hestian virgins or something.
Praise Hestia! Praise Hestia!
And then all of a sudden you have the Palatine standing up and that's Xena!
Warrior princess!
Right? So...
She's a hired mercenary!
It's a breach of the peace.
Arrest the warrior princess! And Miss Artifice is like, honey, I'm no princess.
I'm a queen.
It's awesome. Easily best quote in the episode.
Right. Gabrielle's just like, huh?
You're like, oh.
Oh, but yeah. So, and then Salmonius, it's Miss Artifice.
And they announced their semifinalists, yeah?
Right. The 5 semifinalists.
Which are, ironically, the only ones that we've been focusing on the entire fucking time.
Right.
It's Miss Massini, Miss Parnassus, Miss Skiros, Miss Artifice, and Amphipolis.
And Xena.
Yeah.
Miss Amphipolis.
Did we miss one?
I don't think so. Miss
Massini?
Skiros, Parnassus.
No, we're right. We're
Artifice, Amphipolis, and Massini.
Yeah, we did good.
Yeah, we got them. We're good.
Yeah. Go us.
Yeah.
And so they're going to be competing for the title of Miss Known World.
Mm-hmm.
Are you so excited? Who do you think is going to win?
Miss Artifice.
You think Miss Artifice is going to win? I think you could be right.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
She's a pretty woman.
I mean, if you think about it, they all win.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah. But Miss Artifice takes it home.
Before Salmonius can announce, okay, well, I'm dropping out.
We're not there yet, honey.
I know.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
I know.
Calm down.
But they all win.
Hold your taters.
They all win.
Hold your taters.
I got no taters.
You had taters this morning.
Yes, I did.
And my breakfast burritos.
You made them. Very good. Okay. Anyways.
Yay.
But yes. I mean, that's later on.
Yes.
So.
Not the breakfast burritos.
And then Salmonius be like, don't forget to come back for our final round, the talent competition.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now, Xena's got to figure out what to do for her talent thing.
Gabrielle's like, what can you do?
Gabrielle wants her to sing.
She's like, if you sing, you'd be a shoo-in.
But Xena doesn't want to sing because she only sings when...
something's behind it.
Right.
Not to perform.
Right. Yeah. And then that's when Gabrielle's like, well, what can you do?
Yeah, she's like, well, as a bard and a fellow creative artist, I can understand that.
I can understand that. Yeah.
Leaves this one question. What can you do? I'm like, I don't know. Finding out who's sabotaging things would be a good start. Mm-hmm. And she's like, yeah. Or she says somebody could get killed, and Gabrielle's like, yeah, you. And then Gabrielle starts getting her head back in the, who done it.
Who done it, and then
Xena's like, you just gave me a great idea.
About how to catch whoever's doing this?
No, about what to do for my talent.
My talent. So, yeah.
And the pageant matron comes in. And again, she rubs me the wrong way throughout the episode. Because, like, with the way she is with Xena, it's almost like she's shady.
Yeah.
Because she comes in and she's like, what are you doing in here?
Yeah.
Thought you'd be rehearsing for the talent competition.
Yeah. And then she tells Gabrielle, I thought you'd be at the meeting, the sponsor meeting.
Yeah.
Which obviously
Gabrielle
knew nothing about. What meeting? But yeah, you like get the feeling that, hey, maybe she's part of like the bad guys.
It's a strong vibe that she is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's one scene where she's like looking all sneaky like, hiding like in the shadows there. But yeah.
I wonder if that was something maybe that was in the original script.
I don't know.
Like, maybe they were going to do something with her character. Mm-hmm. And due to, like, running time or whatever, they decided not to.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But, like, the original scripts are stupid hard to get a hold of.
Uh-huh.
Well, online anyway. You can buy them. Only like $119 each.
So then, you have the sponsors going at it again, arguing back and forth.
Mm-hmm. And, Gabrielle's trying to calm the situation down.
Yeah.
The stunt Miss Artifice pulled only shows how on edge things are. Mm-hmm. It was a joke.
For Zeus' sake.
Yeah. Nothing to call the troops in for.
Right.
And, the Palatine is, what about everything else the girls are going through? Most of our girls.
Most of ours, because the Regent, the Skiros, still hasn't had anything happen to her.
Yeah.
So the other two are kind of suspicious about that. Well, something's happened to ours. How come nothing's happened to
Lord
yours?
Claron and the Regent of Skiros are in cahoots. At least they think they are.
Yeah.
And, Palatine tells, the Regent, he's like, I think maybe you can help it if yours is lucky. And, he tells them, she gets so much as a hangnail, I won't wait for the judges, I'll make my own declaration and have war.
Yeah.
And,
Palatine, well, that goes for me too. Or that goes double for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Lord Claron's like, I'm gonna go beef up security. Mm-hmm. And Gabrielle, look what you do! And the Doge's like, me?
Yeah.
And Gabrielle's like ticked with him because he threatened Miss Gyros. Mm-hmm. And, well, she's talking to all of them. And, telling them they're there to celebrate peace. Shut up and do it.
Yeah, work together. Mm-hmm. Shut up and do it.
And they're back in Xena's room, and Gabrielle's screaming about sabotage.
Sabotage.
And you're like, oh God, what happened to Xena?
Referring to the dress that Xena has on. It's so hideous.
It is. It looks like something that Molly Weasley would have made for Ron. But
Xena kind of spruces it up. She starts hacking parts of it off, and
it's kind of cool the way that they filmed that scene.
Yeah.
Because when Xena does it, you'll see Lucy Lawless step forward. They actually take Lucy's figure out of frame, put it in a different frame, speed it up, overlay the video of it being sped up back over Renee. And that's why you got, like, the quick motions.
All quick.
Because you can see the way it's glitching when she's sped up.
Yeah.
So. It's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yep.
And the pageant matron pops in and she's like, well, you're good with a knife.
Well, she has many skills.
Yes, she does.
So, and then we're outside.
I got a hidden in plain sight thing.
Okay. What is it?
It's not an oopsie. I guess it's more of a fun fact.
Okay. What is it?
But Xena's practicing sword twirling.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And if you look at the swords, they are both Callisto's swords.
Right.
I mean, they'll be the prop swords.
Right, yeah.
So she may be practicing, but she's practicing with Callisto's weapons.
She borrowed them.
From the prop department.
So yeah.
Heads up. If you guys have never noticed that, it's kind of a cool little Easter egg that they hid in there.
Mm-hmm. She's twirling her swords around.
And then she's pretty satisfied with it. Well, it's not Sophocles, but it'll have to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, she sees Miss Massini crying.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to check on her, and, Miss Massini is like,
well, Xena
everybody's worried about who's going to win the pageant.
Yeah, and she just thinks it's all a crock.
Yeah. And she's like, really?
Yeah. Well, she's all like, well, we all do except for you.
Yeah.
But then again, you're not from around here.
Yeah. Can't know how you can't know how stupid something like this seems when you've been through a war when it was a fight to survive.
Yeah.
That's what she says.
Mm-hmm.
And, then she's just asking her, well, why are you here?
Yeah, and then she, goes on to say why she's there and why the other ones are there.
Yeah. So Miss Parnassus has a deal.
She's got a deal. If she wins, her village will get extra food.
Yeah.
And then Miss Skiros, she's the one that just wants to get away. Right? Yeah, she's the one that she wants to win so she can just get away from it all.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's when Miss Massini breaks out that, her sponsor is actually her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
She said, he entered her, but she could have said no.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't want to hurt his feelings.
Right.
And Xena's like, well, don't your feelings count? And she tells Xena, they never had before. He loves me.
Mm-hmm.
But he's hung up on how I look. And so, Xena's just like, well, tell him how you feel.
Yeah. Yep.
And so, she pep talks him.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cut to the inside of the
runway.
The runway. Again, we're still back on stage.
See sawdust falling down.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's cutting the beam above the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Miss Skiros peeking through the keyhole into Xena's room.
Xena pops up. She's like, what am I doing in there?
I don't know. I can't see any... Can't see anything.
That's a funny exchange.
Oh, she felt like an idiot, didn't she?
I like scenes like that because that goes with just like Lucy Lawless's personality. Not even Xena's personality, just Lucy's personality.
Yeah.
Because she's a ham, though. Like, if you ever see her at a convention on stage or anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
She jokes around, like, a lot.
Yeah.
She did at Dragon Con.
Yeah.
She'd give, like, these sarcastic smart-ass answers to the grown-ups, and then, like, the kids, she was so sweet and so good with the kids.
Yeah. Didn't she, like, at one point, because that one Xena meme of her with her arms up, and it's like, look at all the fucks I give. Didn't she do that? She, like, stood up, look at all the fucks I give.
She did, but that was before that meme came out, though. That was before that meme was released, but yeah, because somebody had asked about the relationship between Xena and Gabrielle.
I forgot what it was. I should go back and rewatch that because we recorded it.
Well, she was asked the question, you know, what do you say to all the people that, you know, were so against the show because of the presumed lesbian relationship between Xena and Gabrielle? Mm-hmm. And then Lucy stood up and she's like, I say, look at all the fucks I give! You know?
Yeah.
It's funny.
But then afterwards, wasn't she like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know, oh, there's kids in here.
Yeah. Oh, shit, there's kids in here. And she sits down.
Yeah. But that was funny.
It was. It cracked me up.
Yep.
She's funny. And then the next day, of course, she was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
She fell and tripped on the sidewalk in Atlanta.
We saw her one day on stage, she was fine, and then the next day she's getting wheeled onto the stage. What the hell just happened?
Literally, first question she was asked was to do the Xena yell.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, I'm going to do it one time.
Mm-hmm. But
she broke it out, man.
Yeah. She sprained her ankle, or did she didn't break it, did
No, she didn't break it. She just sprained it. She twisted it. She stepped off. Atlanta has rough sidewalks.
Yeah.
Especially in the area where Dragon Con convention is held. Mm-hmm. Because, speaking as somebody that's from there.
Yeah.
In that area, there's always something going on where Dragon Con is held every year.
Yeah. Always
something. So they never have any time to do maintenance on the sidewalks and the roads and all that in that area. Yeah. So it's really easy to get like a really weathered patch of sidewalk or a really weathered patch of road and just trip up. And that's exactly what happened to her. Is she just... Yeah.
But wasn't she like rushing to get somewhere?
Yeah, she was trying to get to another panel.
Was it that or what? Oh God, what was it? Well, like thinking the furry something. Was that what it was?
No, the furry party wasn't until like really late.
But I thought that's what she said, like when she was already in the wheelchair at the panel that she was trying to get to. I don't remember.
No, she was supposed to be going to a furry party that night.
Oh, okay.
But she was on her way to. She was on her way to do the signing. Her signing where she was doing the photo ops.
Yeah.
And the signatures.
Okay.
I've got a friend of mine that had a picture taken with her. Mm-hmm. And I guess right afterwards, my friend saw her, like, when she busted it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was right after that, so.
Alright. Anyways.
Yeah.
So, she's all better now. She's
Yay!
Good. Okay, so.
She's Ruby Noby.
Yes. I have a Ruby Funko.
And she's so excited about it.
But anyways, so then, back to the show. Okay, so Gabrielle comes running up. Yes? No, there you are. You know, they've pushed the talent part of the event up, right?
Yeah.
And it's already started. So pretty much, get your ass out there. Come on, let's go. So we have Miss Massini playing
Gabrielle's like, come on, Xena. Crack that whip.
We got Miss Massini playing the harp.
Yes.
Or finishing up playing the harp. And then... and then we have Miss Artifice. Coming out with her ribbons. She gets all...
She gets wrapped up like a present.
Wrapped up in them.
And she like sidesteps off stage.
Mm-hmm. Kind of hops off stage.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, Xena's asked, Salmonius, has there been any sign of trouble?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, nothing the hook wouldn't solve.
No.
And he jets back out.
Mm-hmm.
And then Xena makes the comment that her fear is they'll switch to targeting the warlords.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Salmonius...
introduces Miss Skiros, isn't
Miss Skiros. Mm-hmm. She brings out a basket. With the snake coming out of it.
A fake snake.
Yeah. And then Xena, was asking, why the rush on this event. And
Salmonius
she's
like, because he wanted it pushed up.
Yeah, don't ask me, ask him. And so, Xena's like watching him, and she notices he glances up at the beam.
So she looks up at the beam and realizes that it's falling.
Hey, it's about to fall. She goes and shoves Messini? No, Misquiros. Misquiros out of the way. She's got this pissed off look on her face because what
Keep
the fuck?
wanting to call her Miss Skittles.
Skittles?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not it.
No, it's not. Shoves her out of the way.
Kicks the snake.
And
the snake screams.
Mm-hmm. And then when it comes down around her,
dead.
clearly it's not a real snake. I mean,
it's rubber.
It's a rubber snake. I mean, I wouldn't want to hold a real cobra around me either.
Yeah. And Xena's like, thank you. Ta-da!
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 I mean, everybody seems to think that that was her talent
part. Act, yeah.
That was her talent part. Because, she flipped through the air and everything. And
mm-hmm. She was
Thank
just
you.
Xena.
Ta-da! And then we have the sponsors getting knocked out and dragged.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know who's doing it yet.
Right.
So.
And then you got a cutscene between Salmonius and Gabrielle. Mm-hmm. And Salmonius is freaking out because Xena's touring around the castle because she's looking around to try and figure out what's happening. Mm-hmm. Gabrielle's like, oh, she'll be fine.
She'll be fine. And then you got another of the sponsors getting knocked out.
Mm-hmm. And Gabrielle's all, refocused on the competition. She's a cinch to win.
Right?
And then we're home free. And Salmonius is like, unless something happens to her.
Uh-huh. And then another sponsor gets knocked out.
Yes. And Gabrielle's like, well, nobody knows she's at the castle. It's safe.
Don't worry.
But the pageant matrons heard all of this.
Yeah. See, this is where she looks like she's like hiding and listening in.
Mm-hmm.
So again, you think that, something's not right about her.
Right.
But, I mean... And then after this scene, we never see her again, right?
Right. Well, that's why I said I almost wonder if in the original script there was something somewhere with her, but, we'll never know that, unfortunately.
Right. So then now we're in a room with Xena,
and then Lord Claron comes in.
And
they're talking, making with the talkie talk.
Yeah.
And so he tells her, I'd stake my life the judges choose you as the winner. Mm-hmm. And Xena's like, well, that's kind of you.
Yeah.
He said, well, it has nothing to do with kindness.
Yeah.
I said I'd stake my life when in fact I'm staking yours.
Stake yours. He pulls out a dagger.
Uh-huh.
And she's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And there's an oopsie here. As he's talking with her.
Yeah.
And he's pushing the dagger against her neck. If you watch the very tip of the dagger, you can barely see it through her hair. But the tip bends back and forth several times. Liliana had a hard time seeing that, but
yeah,
it does. And it's really slight.
Yeah.
You probably see it if you zoom in more. Mm-hmm. But if you have a TV that zooms in, which we do, but I didn't zoom it in because I saw it just fine. But yeah, you can watch it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So Xena finds out he's the one that's been sabotaging the pageant.
Well, I mean, she knew that already.
Yeah. But she calls him on it.
Right. You're the one who's been sabotaging this pageant.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, it's the best way to get these guys to fight again.
Yeah. And she's all... because he calls them fools. Mm-hmm. And then she's just like, well, as a matter of fact, I can't, but why don't we ask the fools themselves? Right. And she pulls off the table cover, and you see the three sponsors, all bound and gagged underneath the table there. So now they know what's going on. They know who's behind it.
he can't figure out how she knows, and she said, well, only the guy that rigged the beam would have looked up.
Right.
And she said, and you said you were adding security, and there weren't any guards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
they get into, a little fight.
Yes. Xena wins.
Yes.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Yeah. And then Gabrielle comes running in, Xena! And then she was like, oh shit.
And they're all,
Xena? Xena?
Gabrielle's.
I mean Miss Amphipolis.
And Xena yanks off her wig.
Yeah. So she's like, it's alright. I think we all know who's who now.
Yep. Gabrielle's like, the judges voted.
They're ready to crown a winner. Yay.
And we're back on the runway.
Mm-hmm.
Again.
Yes. So, Simonius is about to announce the winner. Right?
So, Xena, what have you done with Miss Amphipolis?
She's withdrawn from the competition. Yep. What? She can't! Because, she's the winner! Right? I have the bell right here. Uh-oh, she won. See?
She can't quit.
She can't quit now.
She just did.
Okay, so that means, the first runner-up will be the winner, and that is... And then...
Miss Skiros quits.
Miss Skiro quits.
So he's just naming through the contestants.
Then he goes to name off the other one.
They're all quitting.
And then the next one quits. And then the next one.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and finally he gets to
the last one. Miss Artifice.
And he tells her, you really saved my assets. And he said,
you have no idea.
He tells her, he's like, you are something else. You have no idea.
So Moon just gets a look on her face like, what? Because, she says it in his voice, I guess.
Yeah. And
that's when Simonius realizes, oh, hey, you're a dude.
Maybe not you're a dude. Just, you're different.
Yeah.
We call it different.
Yeah.
And he starts singing, and we've got my last little bit of subtext.
Okay. When he...
Miss Artifice grabs Xena.
And...
smooches her. I mean, he plants one on her.
Yep.
Gabrielle is clapping because, winner.
Yeah.
And she gets this look on her face like, what just happened here? You see it go from shock to her being cranky to her being jealous. Like, all in a second. So, they're like, subtext forums are all like, oh, Gabrielle's jealous. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
So.
The look on Xena's face, too, was like, oh, didn't expect that.
And after Miss Artifice lets her up, Xena looks over at Gabrielle like, and just smiles at her. She doesn't say it. She doesn't wave or anything. She doesn't even look apologetic. She just grins like, uh-oh. Somebody's sleeping on the couch. And then Liliana pointed out, do you want to tell him or do you want me to tell him?
Go ahead.
Can you tell him?
Go ahead.
You'd giggle through it, wouldn't you? So, when the camera pans behind Xena and Miss Artifice, it'll zoom in on the crowd, and all you see is their hips. Miss Artifice turns to the side, and the tip of her bouquet is sticking out past her hips, and it looks like she has a boner. And Liliana just cracked up laughing so hard, and she's all,
did you see that?
Did you see it? Did you see it? And I'm like, see what?
See what? I'm all like, I can't believe you missed that.
Liliana's like, put it back. So I'm rewinding it. Well, skipping back to it. And I'm looking at him like, what? She's like, look when it goes in the hips. And Miss Artifice turns, look. And I'm like, that's the bouquet. I know, but what does it look like? So, we had a good laugh about that. Yeah. It looked like it was so ripped it would hurt. Is what it looked like. You know?
Uh-huh.
Anyway. So,
Yes.
we go back to our two favorite gals.
Uh-huh. And Gabrielle's all like, so Miss Known World is a man? Which Xena knew.
It's like, yep.
Yeah.
And Xena's just like, well, Gabrielle says it's kind of funny. And Xena's like, why? Beauty is beauty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she asked her, are you going to write about this?
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, I was thinking about calling it Queen for a...
Gabrielle.
What a drag.
Gabrielle. Okay. And then, that's it.
That's all.
That's it. So, Miss Known World is Miss Artifice.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
She won the pageant. This episode is actually dedicated in memory of Keith K. Walsh, who is Chris Mannheim's brother. Chris Mannheim is the one that wrote this episode.
Mm-hmm.
She actually wrote a lot of episodes. She's one of the gal writers behind the Xena series. And her brother was the inspiration for Miss Artifice. So, kind of nifty. And then we have our disclaimer, which is, no ribbons were harmed in the production of this motion picture. However, several experienced severe motion sickness. Did you know that?
Motion sickness. Okay.
Motion sickness. That does it for this one, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
We made it.
We did. Oh, next episode.
Yes.
Destiny.
I got bunches of tidbits for that one.
I like Destiny.
Do you?
Yeah. Destiny and the one after, the Quest. I like those.
Do you?
Yes. I do.
Okay.
Yes.
I do too.
Okay.
I too do.
So, that'll do it for this installment of the Babbling Bards podcast. Yes?
Jace.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Yes.
till the next go around,
Uh-huh.
we're going to say good night
Good night.
and happy chakrams.
Yes.
But anyway, you guys have an awesome day, night, evening, wherever you are. And be a force for good.
Yes.
There's a lot of mean and stupid in the world, so it can be changed. One person at a time.
Yes.
Slow process, but it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
And till next time, happy chakrams.
Mm-hmm.
And battle on, Xenites.
Do it.
Right?
Yes.
Till then, Babbling Bards.
Out.
Out.